Oh, we have a
Void breakdown.
Islam Makhachev taking on Dustin Poirier. This fight was absolutely amazing from start to finish. This what makes this guy so dangerous, because he can either strike you, he has a striking, he also has the grappling advantage, he also has the jiu-jitsu advantage, and also the wrestling. 3 battles that Dustin has to fight, while Islam can pick and choose which battle he wants to focus on. Everybody says, oh, he's a grappler, he's a grappler. Look at this. This is a good technique, great jab, and he's always pulling his shorts up. Boom. Dustin landing a beautiful shot. And right here, this was probably one of the nastiest shots of the night. Dustin is one of the best fighters in the world. Now, this was the end of the fight right here. This right here was key. And this is what the sport's all about, right? In my opinion, the powerful round best fighter in the world. What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel. We have a void breakdown with Islam Makhachev taking on Dustin Poirier. This fight was absolutely amazing from start to finish. A lot of great things happened in this fight, and I'm super excited to break it down for you guys. And welcome back to the channel as always, and thank you guys so much for 600,000 subscribers to the YouTube channel. Let's get right into it. So right off the bat, the thing about this fight that made it so special was that this was Dustin Poirier's potentially final fight and his last opportunity to fight for a world title in the UFC. He's had multiple times. He's fought Charles Oliveira, he's fought Khabib for the belt, and then he fought Islam. He came up short all 3 times. So right off the bat, let's just take a appreciation to these cool flower shorts that Dustin Poirier is rocking in the octagon. So that was a pretty cool thing, especially for his last fight. I'm sure he's gonna donate those to Fight Foundation. So that's a cool thing you guys look out for. But one of the things that I really loved about watching this fight was just how Islam was able to use the wrestling, the striking, and he actually outstruck Dustin Poirier with 143 strikes. Granted, I don't know how many was on the feet, how many was on the ground, but right here, look right here. Typically, you don't really see this, from a guy from, Khabib's camp. I don't know, Eagle FC, Eagle MMA, whatever it may be. But look at this shot right here. Beautiful technique from Islam coming in and landing that shot outside of Dustin Poirier's signature hooks, right? Landed that shot very clean. This what makes this guy so dangerous, because he can either strike you, he has a striking, he also has the grappling advantage, he also has the jiu-jitsu advantage, and also the wrestling, which these two equal, the wrestling and jiu-jitsu equal the grappling, right? So he's able to do stuff like this. You don't know if he's going to come in and strike with you, or you don't know if he's going to come in here and take you down. But right here, here's a beautiful left hand, southpaw, remember, southpaw coming in right down the pipe against Dustin Poirier and lands a beautiful shot. Dustin, tough as ever. I think his nose got broke after I watched the press conference. There's also a picture on the internet where you see the blood just coming out of his nose. I think it's posted in the community post as well. Talking blood diamonds. But another beautiful, this is a beautiful shot from Islam Makhachev. But once again, this what makes this guy so damn strong is the striking, the grappling, jiu-jitsu, the wrestling, exchange. He can do all that. So I'm not saying that Dustin Poirier can't do those, but typically Dustin likes to revert into striking. It's not very rare you see him go out there and do double leg takedown and force the grappling exchange. Oh, also, let's do M for Muay Thai, because he did a lot of that by shutting off and stopping the momentum that Dustin would get when he would start to have some success in the fight. But very good shot. Shout out to the producer for getting this shot put together. Perfect shot right there to show you that, Islam was landing some great shots on the feet against Dustin Poirier. A lot of people thought it was just going to be Dustin Poirier defending the takedown. And he was defending a lot of the takedowns during the fight. And here it is right here. There's nowhere for Dustin to run. And he's doing the right thing, which is to get the arms underneath. And as I am at the tail end of my career, I feel takedown defense, you're better off to focus on your balance instead of giving your hands, because right now when Dustin puts his hands in here, he's locked. They're even connected. Now Dustin has to pick him up off his hips while keeping his balance. Well, for me, now in my stage of my career, when I fought Adriano last time, I actually lift him in on my hips, push the head down, and just focus on my balance and be athletic enough to just, keep my balance and then throw a knee in there to get them off, get the face up, and try to do short shots in there or slaps or whatnot. But right here, when you connect your hands, Dustin's post, he has no post up here. So if Islam was to take him this way, he can't post that arm. If Islam was to take him this way, he can't post that arm. So in order for him to post that arm, he has to bring the arm out and do it, but he's got to go underneath there. So it's a catch-22. You know, you got to figure out, do you have good balance? Do you not have good balance? Do you want to exert a lot of energy to pull this guy up? Because think about doing a bicep curl. He's bicep curling like this, right? It's an interesting thing. But for me, I found that I find more success when I don't fight the takedown like this. I rather just not even wizard, put my arm on his back here, put my hand on his head, and just keep my balance. Granted, I have great balance, so I'm able to do that. Okay, let's go on to the next shot. But once these guys get in a position like this, it's so hard to get them off, especially when you're connected with them. I love you, Dan. And right here, this is some of the ground control that Islam did very well against Dustin Poirier. So a lot of people are like, oh man, I hate grappling. This is a check move. When do I check? So he has a body triangle. So and it's long enough to come through there. So the typical way to get out of a body triangle, Dustin has to roll this way, take this foot, push it on there or on the foot, pull that out, and then stay on the side and not allow Islam to go back and forth. That's why it's such a hard thing to deal with. Also, what are the options that Islam has? He has a rear naked choke. He can punch, right? Punch him. And he can also swing his hips this way and armbar him right there if Dustin is caught slipping. So it's a very dominant position for Islam. And also Islam, you saw it later in the fight, he came up and mounted him. And this right here, this is a very key thing right here. He's squeezing the diaphragm while trying to punch him, and trying to choke him. So it's a lot of, there's 3 battles going on here. I'm going to get all this down. The battles are going on. First battle, Dustin's got to beat this. Boom, the diaphragm. So this is 1, this is 2, and then this is 3, right? 3 battles that Dustin has to fight, while Islam can pick and choose which battle he wants to focus on. He can focus on keeping him on his back with this hook, because Dustin can't go this way, because when he tries to go that way, you elevate that leg and it keeps on that side. And you also have the diaphragm. He's squeezing it, and he's also hand fighting. So 4 battles, hand fighting also while trying to choke him. A lot of battles going on there that a lot of the common people don't really understand what's going on here. So good position from Islam, but that's why it's called the check move. Just like in chess, depending on where you move, you have to force your move. You got to make sure you make the right move. Okay, here we go. Here's a beautiful single from Islam. And look how he's focused on just wrestling right here. He's got 2-on-1 with that arm, with that leg, right? Here's Dustin coming over the top, trying to do a nice little wizard. There's that post, right? So when he gets him down right here, he's going to focus on taking that post away from Dustin. That way Dustin can't get back up, right? He's not going to focus on trying to punch him. He's going to focus on getting that post taken out from him. But a beautiful shot from Islam. Those guys love the wrestling. They're so good at the wrestling as well, what makes him so damn dominant. And right here, this is also another picture of Islam working Dustin, where he was in body triangle. He's coming up to the top and just smothering him and just basically trying to drown him while grappling him. And this takes energy out of both the guys, more out of Dustin. But right here, look at this. Look at this. This is the grappler. Everybody says, oh, he's a grappler. He's a grappler. Look at this. This is a good technique. Great jab. Eyes on the target. You know, Dustin's moving backwards. Hands are down. Right? This is very good. Another thing that could, stifle Dustin is that he doesn't fight much southpaws. Right? I don't know how many southpaws he fights. I got to go back and look at all his tape. But I don't know if he fights a lot of southpaws that are good strikers and good grapplers. So, but beautiful shot from Islam. Like I said before, Islam outlanded Dustin Poirier in the fight. So keep that in consideration when you're thinking about a guy who's known for his grappling. He knocked out Volk, you know. And here's the exchange. This is Dustin, his signature, coming across there. Landed perfectly on the jaw. And he also looks like he landed a jab too. But I think Dustin's shot got there before his. And look right there once again. And he's in a good position to reciprocate energy. It doesn't look like he's stiff. Doesn't look like he's ducking. Doesn't look like his head is out of the shell. You see his shoulders. He's, if you're drawn, this is his head, his shoulders, arms here. He's inside of his square, right? If you look, he's inside of his square, right? If he's inside this triangle, his body's able to distribute. If his head's over here or over here, that's when the shot's going to be a lot more rock, because the whole body is precipitating energy instead of just his head and his neck. Same thing with Dustin, right? You look at Dustin. Dustin's here. He's inside of his square. He's inside of his square. That's kind of the way I kind of look at it. It's like, are you inside your square? When I do my seminars, I'm like, if I'm out here, I'm not inside my square. If I'm out here, I'm inside my square. If I'm in here, I'm inside my square. So when I take shots, I can reciprocate that energy. My body's going to dissipate that energy very well. But great shot from Dustin Poirier right there. And Dustin was putting some licks on him now. It's not like Dustin, it's not like Islam got out of here unscathed. He took a lot of damage. He took a lot more damage in the fight than I thought he would, right? Because when you look when he fought Dan Hooker, you look where he fought Bobby Green, you look where he fought Drew Dober. I think I might have butchered that name. He didn't take much damage. But right here, this is the one thing that I saw that he did very well. And I also saw another athlete do this to Dustin Poirier, which was Charles Oliveira. When they would fight, he would put Dustin in the clinch. I don't know how often Dustin is put in the clinch when he fights. So, but this right here, look at that. Look at his head posture. When somebody's head's down like this, down, you don't throw your punches like this. You can't generate a lot of energy like that. Maybe you can, but it's very hard to generate energy like this, right? So Islam's throwing a knee to the body while Dustin is throwing here. Look at the shot. This knee gets directly into the liver. Granted, it didn't drop him, but that is a huge energy sucker right there. He's beating the body up from the clinch. He's not pushing him out and then trying to reset. Each time they will get done with the grappling exchange, boom, it'll be right in the clinch. A knee comes in, and that's where also Dustin landed that elbow that cut Islam. But they're fighting in the clinch, which doesn't, a lot of people, when you hit pads 1, 2, 3, back out. 1, 2, 3, 10, 1, 1, 2, 6, 3, 2, 3 to the body, 3 to the head, 2, fade, 2, 3, 2, right? People don't train pads like this. 1, 2, 3, 6, clinch, move off, Muay Thai sweep, elbow, flying knee, elbow, turn them, knee, kick, double leg takedown, right? So this part of the fight, it's a lot of unknown territory, I feel like, for a lot of the MMA guys. Because when I see people actually use a clinch, it pays dividends for them longer in the fight it goes. You look at Anderson Silva, he would devastate guys in the clinch. Travis Lutter, Rich Franklin, both times. Chris Leben in the clinch, because people don't train in the clinch. And right here, I felt like I saw that last night when he fought Dustin. And I also saw it when Dustin fought Charles Oliveira as well. But beautiful clinch work from Islam Makhachev. Knee blends perfect. He's controlling the head, posture. Very hard to get a good shot off right there. Right there again. Now, Islam was getting Dustin Poirier to cover up in the shell. So right now, Dustin is blind. And when Dustin was doing this, this is kind of like a tactic to draw your opponent in, because look what's available for Dustin. His signature left hook right there. But he has his, Islam has his eyes on the target. Dustin's blind. He's looking down. That shot lands to the kind of like solar plexus upper rib area where he is covering, right? And so this is where he doesn't know. Dustin has to choose. Is he going to block, or is he going to be sprawling? This is one of the things he can do. And any given time, once he gets here, he can clinch him if he wanted to. And he did it a couple times in the fight as well. A great shot by Islam. And we can all, know what's going on here. He's always pulling his shorts up. He's always pulling his shorts up. My buddy texted me, goes, why is Dustin keep pulling his shorts up? I was like, I have no idea. It's kind of like a tick. Like a lot of guys have ticks when they fight, right? And if you look, like my tick is kind of like I'll exchange and I go like this. I always hit myself in the head before I start. My brain gets locked in. So I think for Dustin, this is his tick where he ticks. He pulls his shirt up. He pulls his shorts up, and then he goes. You look at some guys, you got to look at their patterns of when they fight a lot. And like I would say Dom's tick is when he pop, then he gets locked in. He bop, he takes like 3 steps back and then goes. So a lot of people have ticks, and I think this is one of Dustin Poirier's ticks. Where you see he pull his shorts up, you know he's engaged. Joseph Benavidez, after he would throw a leg kick, he'll bring his hands up, and then he'll reset, and then he'll get ready to go. So this is a tick for Dustin, I feel like, unless he can give us an explanation while he pulls his shorts up. Right here, beautiful elbow from Dustin Poirier. Look where Dustin is. Dustin is behind the shoulder, right? Not all the way behind the shoulder, but damn near enough, because now if Islam wants to do anything, he has to turn and face him, or he's going to run that way. But he's right behind the shoulder, and beautiful cut by Dustin, and Islam is looking this way. Beautiful work from Dustin Poirier. Like, it was a very good fight. Dustin was in the fight the whole time, and boom, Dustin landing a beautiful shot on Islam Makhachev, where it lands clean, and Islam ate that whole thing. And look at Dustin's eye is on the prize for the gold belt. Diamond lands that beautiful. That's my diamond boy. Sorry. Lands that beautiful shot. And I don't know if it rocked Islam Makhachev, but it was a beautiful shot from Dustin Poirier. But each time he would get going, Islam will look to wrestle and shut him down. And right here, this was probably one of the nastiest shots of the night, or pictures of the night, where the blood, obviously the damage on the nose right there from Dustin Poirier, courtesy of Islam Makhachev, landing some type of shot that got the nose running. And he said in the press conference that his nose isn't, move. But here, look at this inside boxer right here from Islam Makhachev. Beautiful shovel uppercut. Beautiful shovel uppercut, fighting inside the void right here. Right? It's that short boxing, pop, 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 that he's doing very well. Beautiful shot. Good job to the producer for putting this picture on there. Beautiful shot. A lot of things, you can't see a lot of things that happen when it's going so fast, but that's a shot. And look at the wear and tear on Islam, but he looks like he's ready to go. Not breathing out of his mouth. Well, he is breathing out of his mouth, but that cut over his eye right there. It's a good thing it's right here or right here and not here or here, because it'll drip into the eyes and then he wouldn't be able to see. That's what Muay Thai elbows are typically for. Back in the day, is that you would try to cut above your opponent's eyes so they can't see. That way you have maim your opponent, and then you can do whatever you want to them. Right here, and Dustin was in the game too. Dustin was all about it as well. I mean, these guys, Dustin is one of the best fighters in the world. He's been around for a very, very, very long time. Long career, ups and downs, knockouts, submissions, both ends of the spectrum. He's been knocked out, he's been submitted, he's knocked people out, and he's been submitted. But you can truly tell the man still enjoys doing this for a living. And if it was his last fight, God bless him. Because it is a lot of wear and tear in the body, man. Right here, another shot by Dustin Poirier against Islam. And it seemed like his left hand was finding the answer before Islam could throw that left hook, or right hook, excuse me, from the southpaw position. But beautiful shot landed by Dustin. And typically people, they get rocked here. They get rocked, and then Dustin's able to follow up with a beautiful combination, like when he did the Connor. Now this was the end of the fight right here. Right here. This right here was key. Now, if you never had this done to you before, it is a weird roller coaster. Like, I wrestled somebody. He was like a 185-pound D1 wrestler, and he grabbed the hold of my hands, and we're hand fighting. He grabbed and he went, woof. He just like basically shook me like a blanket, and it threw me on my back. I had never had that done to me. So this is what Islam did to him. Is he grabbed it, pulled it, and threw it. And it threw Dustin's balance off completely. You see him trying to go, and he's going this way, where Islam is going to jump on his back. And that was like the thing that put the nail in the coffin, but gave Islam that final exchange where he was able to get it. But look at this, the complete wrestling ability of Islam. And here it is right here. Here is, a lot of people get it. I might get it wrong. Darce, Anaconda. It's all the same thing to me. But once he gets this is what keeps Dustin from going anywhere, is this right here. Him grabbing that leg, not allowing Dustin to keep on pushing his body this way to keep his body straight. But Islam locks that up, got some arm in, locks it there, and that's all she wrote. Especially after a 5-round fight, the blood's pumping, your heart's pumping. Any restriction whatsoever to the head is going to make you go out, and that's what ended the fight for Islam, so he can retain his belt. And on a 13 fight win streak, I'm not sure, I saw it on Twitter, he is among the list of me, Jones, Anderson Silva, and GSP. Right here, here's another angle of it, and him locking it up right there. I mean, absolute stud of an athlete, locking up that final choke to finish the fight. And there he is, getting it. A lot of people didn't know if Dustin was out or not. Good job on the ref for stepping in and stopping it when Dustin tapped. And then Islam was just like, I've done it. It's hard. Like, it's very hard in today's age in mixed martial arts. I don't want to say in today's age in mixed martial arts. I want to say in any age of mixed martial arts to be a champion and to continue to defend your belt against the top athletes in the world. I've done it. John Jones, Anderson Silva, Max Holloway, Alex Volkanovski. The list just goes on. So for Islam to do that and submit somebody like Dustin Poirier, it's a big thing, and that's why you can see the celebration on his face right here. And let's take a look at this right here. So specific strikes. So I believe, actually, I am wrong. Okay, no. Okay, so it looks like significant strikes, he threw 88, 156, landed 156, total strikes 222, 218 strikes. Takedowns right there. Takedown attempt, not one for Dustin Poirier. Control 10 minutes. That's another big thing too. A lot of people gotta understand. And you know, the head body, I'm not really concerned with where those shots landed, but I think this is the shocking thing of this fight. 222 landed for him. Attempted 16 takedowns, landed 5. And then again, their takedowns are, I mean, these guys, oh, he trips him. Oh, he is takedown and he gets back to his knees. That's not a takedown, right? It's like 5 takedowns landed. That's the sitting the strikes, 56. Incredible work, right? Like, this is good work right here. Good work from Dustin too, but I would love to see Dustin maybe try for a takedown. I know it's a tall order against a guy like Islam, but you throw that puzzle piece on there, change up the dynamic of the fight right here. And this is the end shot of, and this is what the sport's all about, right? You know, you want to sell the fight to the fans, but they sell their skills, they sell the passion they enjoy for the art of combat. Here is Dustin and Islam sharing a moment, and then you also have Mike Brown and Khabib sharing a moment too. It's kind of crazy, right? You think about it. Used to be a world champion in WEC, world champion in UFC, world champion in UFC, and he was working. So the guard gets passed. Eventually, 10 years from now, if Dustin coaches and if Islam coaches, you erase it. These guys are going to be in the exact same position, which is going to be their guys, their students fighting as well. So it's kind of crazy to see the torch be passed on as coaches to their champions fighting each other. And then there is Islam Makhachev. In my opinion, the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. You can't take what Dana White says with a grain of salt. You have to take it with a grain of salt. He's never fought a day in his life in mixed martial arts. And so I give it to Islam Makhachev. That's my pound-for-pound fighter of the world. Granted, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but boom, there he is. And look at Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's like, God, can't wait to get over there and interview this motherfucker. All right, boys, that is it for the Void breakdown of Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and also hit the bell to know we go live. And shout out to Dustin Poirier if this was his last fight. We appreciate you. God bless. Enjoy retirement and enjoy being a stay-home dad. It's awesome, man.